This story is about a small sparrow named Peep. One day, she was sitting on a branch of a green tree. Sunlight was filtering through the trees near her. Eagles, crows, and other birds were visible on the ground. Peep was a small bird, and there were big and confident birds around her. One day, a dark storm cloud was hovering over the forest. The trees were shaking with a strong wind, and the first drops of rain began to fall. Pip, a little sparrow, was clinging to a branch, looking terrified, while the other birds flew away in search of shelter. During a storm, an eaglet falls from its nest into a shallow, fast-flowing stream. The eaglet struggles to stay afloat as the current pulls it downstream. Heavy rain falls, and the forest is plunged into darkness and chaos. A crow and a woodpecker were sitting on a branch and looking at the baby floating in the river, worried and hesitant, flapping their wings but afraid to help. The storm was raging all around them. Pip, a tiny sparrow, stood on a branch, watching the struggling eaglet, her little chest puffed up with determination as she decided to help, despite the storm and her own small size. Pip flies through the heavy rain and strong wind, his little wings flapping bravely. The forest is dark and stormy, but Pip's determination shines through, and he heads for the river. Pip lands beside the baby eagle in a shallow stream. The water flows around them, and the baby eagle looks scared. Pip grabs the eagle's wing with his tiny beak, ready to pull him to safety. Pip pulls the eaglet with all his might, struggling against the current. It rains, and the wind blows hard, but Pip doesn't give up. The eaglet begins to move toward the riverbank. Pip successfully pulls the baby eagle out of the current and onto the riverbank. The eaglet leaps out of the water, relieved, while Pip stands nearby, exhausted but proud. The crow and the woodpecker watched from a nearby branch, their eyes wide with surprise. Pip, the little sparrow, stood guard over the baby eagle, despite his small size. Pip stood on a branch, his chest puffed out with pride. The storm had passed, and the sun's rays were shining through the clouds, illuminating Pip. The other birds were looking up to him. All the animals of the forest gather around Pip, celebrating his bravery. The baby eagle, now safe, sniffs Pip gratefully. The sun shines, and the forest is quiet again. Pip flies confidently into the sky, no longer doubting himself. Other birds, including eagles, crows, and woodpeckers, fly with him, showing unity and respect. Standing near the river water, the little sparrow Pip looks at himself. His eyes are shining with confidence, and behind him is a rainbow in the sky, a symbol of hope and self-confidence. The moral of the story is, if you belief in yourself, you can do anything.